Sonar, new contact bearing 113, designated Sierra 1.
Make turns for.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Con, Flyco, aircraft ready to launch.
Con sonar, new con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Con, Flyco, launching aircraft. Con, Flyco, aircraft is in the air.
Fire VLS.
Con sonar, launch transient from. Con sonar, lost.
Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point.
Con sonar, launch transient from. Come left to 045, helm I.
Upscope, raise the ESM mast. Raise the radar mast.
Con, helm, steady course. Con sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 1. Con sonar, launch transient from. Con sonar, Sierra 2 is cavitating. Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 113.
Fire VLS.
Con sonar, launch transient from.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3, 2 knots.
Fire VLS.
Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 121. Con sonar, con sonar, launch transient from.
Fire VLS. Fire VLS. Fire VLS.
Con sonar, launch transient from.
Con, fire control.
Con sonar, launch transient from. Con sonar, launch transient from. Con sonar, Sierra 1, come left to. Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 129.
Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point.
Officer damaged. Unable to contain the flooding.
Con, helm, steady course.
Damage control party. Need of the reactor space.
Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 136.
Fire VLS. Fire VLS. Fire VLS.
Con, Flyco, aircraft returning to base.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 1.
Con, Flyco, aircraft ready to launch. Con, Flyco, aircraft is in the air.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 145.
Con, pumps have been repaired.
Fire VLS.
noisemaker bearing 148.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 152. Contact breaking up. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 162.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Fire VLS.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft transiting to point.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 172. Contact is in the back.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft landing. Con, FLYCO, aircraft recovered.
Con, fire control.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft stowed.
Con sonar, noisemaker.
Make turns.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns.
Come right to 032. Helm I.
Fire VLS.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 171.
Make turns.
Con sonar, we are cavitating. Con, helm, come left to 327. Helm I.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 2. Make turns for 3, 2 knots. Maneuvering I.
On. Motor ray has been damaged.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 173. Come left to 345. Helm I. Come right to 089. Helm I. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 174. Con, helm, steady course.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft returning to base.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 3, 2 knots.
Noisemaker bearing 176. Come left to 355 Helm I.
Fire VLS.
Con sonar, Noisemaker bearing 178. Come left to 353 Helm I. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 177. Contact is in the baffles. Con, helm, steady course.
Con, Flyco, aircraft landing. Con, Flyco, aircraft recovery. Con, Flyco, launching aircraft. Con, Flyco, aircraft is in the air. Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point.
Con sonar, Noisemaker bearing 174. Come left to 282 Helm I. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 17.
Con, knuckle formed.
Come left to 23.
Make turn.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 10 knots.
Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar, Noisemaker bearing 167.
Fire VLS.
Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point. Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, Noisemaker bearing 165.
Con, Flyco, aircraft returning to base.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 170.
Con, Flyco, aircraft ready to launch. Con, Flyco, launching aircraft. Con, Flyco, aircraft is in the air. Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point. Con, Flyco, aircraft orbiting waypoint.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar, noisemaker.
Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point. Con, Flyco, aircraft dropping weapon.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing.
Con, Flyco, aircraft returning to base.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3, 2 knots.
Con, Flyco, aircraft landing. Con, Flyco, aircraft recovered. Con, Flyco, launching aircraft. Con, Flyco, aircraft is in the air. Con, Flyco, aircraft transiting to point.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 156.
FLICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft returning to base. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft returning to base.
Come right to 314 Helm I.
Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft returning to base.
Con, Helm, steady.
Con, FLICO, aircraft landing. Con, FLICO, aircraft recovered. Con, FLICO, launching aircraft. Con, FLICO, aircraft is in the air. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft returning to base. Con, FLICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLICO, aircraft landing. Con, FLICO, aircraft recovered. Con, FLICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, FLICO, aircraft is in the air. Con, FLICO, aircraft returning to base. Con, FLICO, aircraft transiting to point. LICO, aircraft landing. Con, LICO, aircraft recovery. Con, LICO, launching aircraft. Con, LICO, aircraft is in the air. Con, LICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, LICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, LICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, LICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, LICO, aircraft returning to base. Con, LICO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, LICO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, LICO, aircraft returning to base.
Come left to 262, helm aye. Con, helm, steady course. Come left to 224, helm aye. Con, helm, steady course.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft landing. Con, FLYCO, aircraft recovered. Con, FLYCO, launching aircraft. Con, FLYCO, aircraft is in the air.
Con, sonar, launch transient from. Come right to 026, helm aye.
Downscope, upscope.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft returning to base. Con, FLYCO, aircraft landing. Con, FLYCO, aircraft recovered. Con, FLYCO, launching aircraft.
Con, helm.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft is in the air.
Con, sonar, launch transient from. Con, sonar, launch transient from. Come right to 042, helm aye. Con, sonar, launch transient from.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft transiting to point.
Con, helm, steady course. Con, sonar, launch transient from.
Aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar. Launch transient from.
Fire VLS. Fire VLS. Fire VLS. Fire VLS.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 163. Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 166.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft transiting to point. Con, FLYCO, aircraft dropping weapon. Con, FLYCO, aircraft dropping weapon.
Con sonar. Lost contact. Master 1.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft dropping weapon.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering aye. Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 15 knots.
Con, FLYCO, aircraft returning to base. Con, FLYCO, aircraft returning to base.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Damage control party. Lay to the machinery space.
Flyco, aircraft stowed. Con, Flyco, aircraft landing. Con, Flyco, aircraft recovered. Con, Flyco, aircraft stowed.